evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the Fieldhouse for tonight's non-league game between Bowling Green and your Engineers of Rensselaer. And now let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's contest. First of the visitors from Bowling Green, at left wing, 16 from Oxford, Michigan, number 14, Cole Norris. At center, a freshman from North
State University, Game 2 of this weekend series. Paris is here with Dan Frigid. And looking for another exciting game as we had last night. 2-2 was your final after they played the 3-on-3 overtime, which was exciting, but did not, in fact, decide a winner.
Yeah, they played pretty tight defensively last night, so we'll see if it opens up offensively tonight.
Engineers get the puck in deep right off the bat. There's a shot on goal, seen from a distance, and held by Zach Rose, who's back in there for the Falcons tonight. Rose, a junior from Paradise, Newfoundland, excuse me. Just one tie on the year, of course, happened last night.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he saw 10 games last year.
Right.
After losing their #1 goaltender to Boston College as a transfer.
Face off here in the Bowling Green zone. And sent back the other way. Glove down. And moved out by RPI. Gathered up by Bowling Green. Chipped into the RPI zone. Shot from a tight angle, hits the base of the net. Now another shot is blocked. Moving back up ice by the Engineers. Hallbauer shoots it deep, and it's going to be no icing. It's turned back around. Deep into RPI territory it goes. Picked up by Johnson and now Herman. Herman's going to shoot it in. Rung around behind the goal. Here's Leppinen. Back towards the blue line where it's kept in by Laurie Surtee. Shot deflects over behind the goal. Picked up there by Rory Herman for RPI, trying to cycle it. Kept in momentarily by RPI, now forced out to center ice. Ethan Scardina takes a big hit there from Johnson. And Bowling Green's going to change behind the play, they dump it in. Here's Surtee now. Flipped in deep. This will ring around and moved out by Conquest on the carry. Adam Conquest into RPI territory. Scooped along by the Engineers. Nick Bowman now for RPI. Bowman, to a knee, is knocked down. And now back from the Falcons. Wrist shot coming, glove save. Marshall is held onto there. We get a stop at 17:29 to go in the first.
Good shot by O'Hara using the defenseman as a screen. Puts it right on goal. Easy save for Marshall to make, seeing it all the way. And there's one shot apiece here early in the first period.
Face-off win for the Falcons. Quick shot blocked there. Another one blocked down. And his shot hit his own man. Oh, caught up high. That's going to sting. And he wants to whistle here. He got hit in the head. That's not good. Cole Norris immediately calls to the referee. I think he got hit right under the helmet line there.
Yeah, I think he got it in the ear, it looks like.
Yeah, it could be. And so it was a smart play and good officiating to recognize that. And really heads up play by Norris himself to call for help. Oxford, Michigan native is down. I shouldn't be showing this on camera. Hope they cut away. I want to see that.
Yeah, I think he might have caught it in the ear, which is always real painful. Cartilage in there is very, very sensitive.
These two teams tied yesterday with a stoppage here on the injury. We can talk about yesterday's game, Dan. And, kind of a back and forth game. Bowling Green scored in the first, and there wasn't a goal again until the third period. We had a little barrage of tallies there, and then RPI took a brief 2-1 lead. And then Bowling Green tied it up, and it was really probably the correct result for how yesterday went, you think?
Yeah, I see a little different play tonight. Last night I thought there was the puck carrier tried to beat the defense one-on-one.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there was a turnover. They'd go the other way to be a turnover. There were a lot of turnovers early in the game last night. And it looks like Norris seems to be okay. Ear might be ringing a little bit. Good thing, I think it might have hit him flat.
Yeah.
That way, that would explain why he didn't get cut at all. But
his ear's probably ringing, as you said.
Oh yeah, no question.
Well, at least he was able to get off on his own. That's good to see. The injury last night was
Doherty.
Doherty blocked his shot, and you see him in a cast today. So not good there for Bowling Green. First game of the season. Tough sledding there. Anyway, so a bunch of changes. Reasonable amount of changes, I guess, each way. Was it 3 each way we came up with?
Yep, 3 each way.
Engineers have such a big roster, a deep roster, as Coach Smith has pointed out, that we're going to see different guys maybe just to get some fresh legs out there. Guys that deserve a chance to play, and that's what we're seeing tonight. Is someone who did play last night was Justin Adamo, his big 6'6" frame going after the puck there. Taken over by Taylor Schneider, senior from Lakeville, Minnesota. He'll throw it down the middle. Picked away by Mason Klee. Shoots it off the wall, but dumped right back in. Oh, not dumped back in. Schneider gets it back. Lifts it over for Sam Craig's assistant captain. Fifth-year senior. Tipped into the RPI zone. This is Chelberg. He'll go D-to-D with it. Playing it off the wall is Klee. Up ahead, looking for one of the newcomers for RPI in Jake Gagnon. Sophomore from Pointe Claire, Quebec. Lost the puck there. Now Lloyd the other way. Takes a shot right on. Saved by Marshall. He'll hold on. And a good job not to allow a rebound. The senior netminder there, Marshall, out of Victoria, British Columbia. Good start to this season last night. Saw a lot of pucks. Good amount of pucks. He was able to limit the big turn and limit the big rebounds yesterday.
Yeah, defense did a real good job of clearing the rebounds. Looked like Marshall just stayed square to that shot, absorbed it, and looks like he's feeling good in the first couple of shots that he's handled.
Draw here. The RPI end, won cleanly by the Engineers. That's something that RPI did a really good job of the last few years under Dave Smith, is winning faceoffs. That was Herman winning the draw. This is going to be a wave off the ice, and maybe it hit somebody on the way down. This is that line that was so effective yesterday. Lappinen along with Herman and Laka. Herman was another big hit. He was talking about post-game how he likes to throw the body around and picks up where he left off.
Yeah, he likes to play a physical game, so I'm sure that the Bowling Green forwards are aware when he's out on the ice, or they should be.
Back into the zone they come. There's Craig's trying to shoot it in, blocked, and turn back the other way. They get Chase Denal with that shot. Now a handle for Laka, walking in, a mask save made by Rose. Puck stays on the ice, however. It popped up into the air to the corner. And Bowling Green looking to break out now. Garrett Daly, junior from Lakeville, Minnesota as well. A couple Lakeville kids on this Bowling Green squad. Johnson tries to go behind the net, but he gave it away. Jam trying front foot wide. Oh, what an opportunity there. Jake Johnson with a giveaway behind the cage. I think it was Scardina who missed the net from point blank range. And now back comes Dubinsky and the Engineers. Ahead for Bowman. Bowman, cross ice feed. One-timer coming and a save by Rose. He'll hold on. His snapping his stick in half was Lowry Cerny.
And fans, don't forget, visit the official online
native
store.
with the try there.
He had a good game last night on defense for RPI. Surdy.
Half his stick might have gone farther than the puck there. Snapped that thing in half and kind of just went trickling in on Rose, and he scooped it up on the bounce.
Well, that didn't happen very much back in the day when the strong players used to use wooden sticks.
Yeah. You want him to go back to that, or just to I don't think you can convince him. Here's a stretch pass and a breakaway. Scardina, and he scores. What a pass. And Ethan Scardina picks up his first goal of the season, second of his career. It's 1-0 Bowling Green.
Well, I think the RPI players got caught watching the puck, and Scardina came off. I don't know if he came off the bench or not, but he made a nice cut in the neutral zone and got in behind the defenders and one-on-one on Marshall and put it high on Marshall. You know, for a
goal. He was the face-off man on the defensive draw, so he must have broken free.
Yep. That would be a switch off because usually it's the center that has to take that guy. But once he releases, it becomes the defenseman's responsibility.
Right. 1-0 Bowling Green.
Bowling Green goal was scored by number 17, Ethan Scardia. It was assisted by number 26, Gabriel Chiquan, and number 24, Eric Parker. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 36 seconds. Goal by 17, Scardina. From 26, Chiquan.
Barber goes through everybody back to the point.
36.
Dumped right back in. Paxton will shoot it to the near side, tipped out to center. It'll be chased down here by Alex Barber, senior from Dublin, Ohio. Tipped in deep as to avoid the icing. Bowling Green will change all 5. Henri Steifels. Steifels had it for a moment. It was poked off his stick in deep on goal, covered by Rose. And with Henri on the prowl, he'll hold on. Steifels did not play yesterday. He's a sophomore from Newbury Park, California, former Victoria Grizzly. One of the 3 changes. We talked about Gagnon. He was the other. And then the defenseman Dylan Davies. He's your 7th D-man on the RPI. Rifles in there at center. 6'1", 195. Lefty shot. Bowling Green wins the draw. Gagnon, a shot from the wall, goes high and wide. Kept in at the point by Johnson. Right back down low. That's Shane Seller. Thrown out in front off the stick of the netminder. Gagnon battling for it, but it will be cleared to the line, but now out. Kept in by Cerny. Now Schreifels, a shot from a tight angle, saved by Rose. Lob back out to center. Johnson pounces on it. Taps it along. Restart for Lloyd and the Falcons. Lloyd off his skate, sent right back to the neutral zone. Right back in by Coyle. Center ice now. Autovile Lepinen stick handling. He'll backtrack a bit here and create some room. Johnson across. Cerny off a skate. Lepinen, or Laka trying to find it. Lepinen does. Fires a shot in the glove save. And it's coming out of his net, almost to the edge of the crease there, was Zach Rose.
Nice play by Lepinen, just getting the shot on goal. He had 2 of his line mates going to the net. Looking to pick up a rebound, but Rose ended up hanging on to it with a glove hand.
Another down 1-0 again, as they were last night, but a better, 6 attempts, 5 on goal already for RPI in this period. We're not halfway through it. Getting more pucks to the net already than in yesterday's game. Here's an outlet pass. It's Scardina again. Wrist shot, pad save, rebound, sitting there. And just out of the reach of Marshall. He got some help from Simon Shelberg, the New York Rangers draft choice. That long reach of Shelberg helps him out when he's protecting the net front there. Dump back in. Played by Cooley. Nice job to shield the puck by Mason. And he gets it as far as center. Now Shelberg lifts it neatly off the boards just to avoid the icing, forcing the Falcons back to play. Chiquan, the Norwich transfer from Division III, was very impressive yesterday. As fanning on that one was fighting. A chance in front. Falcons back into the attacking zone, lost it at the blue line. Pinballs around to Schneider, still loose in the neutral zone. Jumping on it is Dubinsky, he gets slashed, penalty coming up. As that stick came down hard on Dubinsky's stick, he didn't break it, but RPI's gonna go on a power play.
Yeah, it was a little heavy on the wood there.
There could be some stick battling, right? Some you want to press your stick down and pull their stick or something with yours, but you can't come down like that violently.
Exactly. Well, he doesn't necessarily have to come down on the hands. If he comes down on the stick, they'll call it every time.
Sam Craig's in the box. Elmhurst, Illinois native.
Sam Craigs.
First power play chance for RPI today. There was 0 for 2 yesterday.
Time of the penalty is 44 seconds. 25 on
Gilbert, wrist shot coming. That was blocked by body.
On a slash.
All the way down.
It's an E. Stewart Jones Hacker
And Nathan
power
Burke
play.
shorthanded. Will be Marshall out of his net to play. Shelburne. Tour Linden. right outlet pass to the near side, rink wide for Seller. Bouncing in the slot, shot comes Walsh in the skate. Into the corner it goes. Back to the line, Shelberg. Walsh at the point, he's a forward. Back to Shelberg, slap shot coming. And I think it was stopped. Rebound, they Seller as an RPI engineer. Jarvis transfer is fired up here. He talked about how excited he was to join the Engineers after being a visitor in this building a number of times. He gets his first RPI tally here.
Well, I'm sure he's glad he got that one out of the way. Couldn't come at a better time on the power play. Good shot on goal. And as we saw, the rebound came out. He was able to stuff it far side just under the blocker of Rose. It's nice to get that one under your belt, you know.
17th career goal for Seller. Power play tally. Makes it 1-1.
Well, we're already at a point that we didn't get to until the third period last night.
Good point. Puck out to center ice. Lefton throws a hip check and the fans applaud.
RPI goal was scored by number 26, Shane Seller. He was assisted by number 2, Simon Shelberg.
Johnson with the deal with the net, just throws it off the end.
And by number 13, TJ Walsh. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 37 seconds. RPI goal, 26 Seller, his first of the
Gagnon gets
season.
another crack at it.
From 2, Gilbert, and 13 Walsh,
Jake
at
Johnson,
9:37.
senior from Bloomington, Minnesota. Tipped in deep by Seller. And RPI will put the forecheck out there. Rifles digging. Daly's in there, along with Max Coyle for Bowling Green. And it's quite a stalemate here with 9 minutes to go in the first. Finally dug out. Refs don't like to blow the whistle in those cases anymore.
No, they want you to keep the puck moving as opposed to blowing the whistle for a
For
puck
whatever
freeze.
reason, yeah. Centering pass, and Seller doing the job of a center in the middle of the ice there. So not his position, he was covering for Streifels. We got a whistle, I think, an offside. 8:30 to go, first period. Shane Seller has evened things here after Ethan Scardino gave Bowling Green a 1-0 lead.
Well, I was talking to a prominent Bowling Green hockey alumni today,
Oh, yeah?
and he was real disappointed in us because remember last night we said that the colors for Bowling Green were orange and brown.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually burnt orange and seal brown.
Okay, well, we can blame Wikipedia for that. Usually, Wikipedia is very good at this one specific thing, which is telling me school colors. So,
Right.
yeah, I apologize. I wasn't thorough enough.
No, hey, I said the same thing. So I asked him, I said, well, I could hardly imagine what the team chant would be. You know, you want to hear it?
Burnt orange.
Yeah, and he said that usually didn't happen till the wee hours of the morning.
RPI scoring on the power play. This is their first power play goal of the year. But they only had 2 chances yesterday. Shane Seller, mind you, he had 2 goals and an assist in the exhibition game against Union. So he'd already scored a goal in RPI colors that just didn't count.
Right. No, that's interesting that they played the exhibition game against Union. I think they should do that more often.
Well, it was due to COVID, and none of the Canadian colleges could come down. So
Right.
The NCAA it's usually not allowed. The NCAA made an allowance there for teams. Bowling Green played Michigan in their exhibition game.
I don't
Got
think
whooped up pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think the exhibition counts against their strength of schedule, does it?
No, of course not.
Okay, yeah.
No, they played Michigan, lost 7-1, but you probably play all your goalies. You know, RPI had 2 different lineups for each half of the game. It was not really something you worry too much about the result. Go back to action here.
And talking to the assistant coach, Savo, over with Bowling Green.
Former Princeton.
Yeah. He said that Michigan's one of the best teams he's seen.
I'm not surprised by that. They have a dozen NHLers, I'm sure. National draft picks.
Yeah, exactly. Top rounds, too.
And the top pick in the NHL draft decides to come back to college. You probably have something good going on there. Lloyd, a shot intercepted by Hallbauer. He'll skate it out like he loves to do. Hallbauer across. Here's Massey back in front. Hallbauer was taken down. Back to the blue line. Shot coming. It was tipped in front by, I think that was Bowman. And went wide. Sent out to center ice. Broken up there momentarily. That was Baxter. Chip back in. RPI wants to complete a change. They will. Shots are 6-4 Engineers. As they walk right in, there's a man open on the back door. That was Norris. Good to see him back out there. The pass was not been in. Could not sneak that pass through.
Yeah, that was Burke. One move too many.
Burke had the goal last night, the opening goal of the game. And now we got a whistle here, and a puck played with a high stick will send the face-off, I believe, just out of the zone. Shots attempted, 10-6 RPI. And the draw will come outside RPI territory. You got Austin Swankler, who was the preseason Rookie of the Year. They don't have that in ECAC hockey. I think it's an odd award, right? You haven't done anything. It's just a matter of like what your reputation is, I guess, coming in.
Exactly.
It's basically all it is. And he's the guy we talked about playing for the Erie Otters in the OHL.
Yep.
So I can see why.
Yes.
Getting an assist yesterday.
Yeah, he's a good player, but you're right. It's going with the reputation because he really hasn't played any college hockey games.
Preseason anything, I guess, is kind of a... I'm not a huge poll guy either, but obviously it's something for people to talk about. The Engineers, I mean, you feel slighted if you're picked in the bottom half of the league. You feel like you have to live up to it if you're in the top half, right? But it never really seems to work out that way.
No, I think it's just added media, added hype, something to talk about.
Sure. Face off in the RPI end now. Laurie Herman to take for RPI against Ethan Scardina. Engineers win it 30. Didn't realize how much time he had. He just throws it high off the glass. Laka went down at the Bowling Green blue line, and RPI's in on the forecheck pressure again, but Bowling Green's going to shoot this one in. Leppinen at the half wall. Hands it off for Herman. Rory Herman takes a look, throws it to the far side. Johnson jumping up, and now the Engineers have to defend with Leppinen back there. Shot zoomed wide, and a good tie up there on the backside of the play as Herman wrapped his man up looking for that rebound off the end boards.
That was a real good play by Herman, just lifting the stick.
Now Herman will carry. RPI scored a goal in a similar situation here last night. Herman and Leppinen combined. Now Laka, he had the first goal of the game for RPI. A wicked shot from the top of the circle. This is deflected on goal. Maybe two deflections. A little pinball action on the netminder Rose. He's able to cover it up and see it all the way.
Yeah. Little ricochet rabbit action there. Going back to those polls in preseason, you know, when you're picked or chosen at the bottom of the league, most coaches use that as motivation. And the real test is when you're picked at the top. It's kind of like a curse when you're picked number one. But for a team to go through the whole season, pick number one, and then to finish number one,
yeah, that's
impressive.
Absolutely. Puck back out to center ice. Hallbauer is going to pick it up and shoot it back in. Face-offs. Go ahead.
I was going to say the referee had to do a little dance there. He's got nothing to hold on to because of the glass.
Now Massey tried to dangle his way in. It was poked off his stick by Craigs. Lobbed high in the air. It'll finally come down in the RPI zone. Hallbauer deals with it very well. Lifting ahead for Bowman. You're looking up, trying not to get hit by a guy coming from the side, right?
Exactly.
Behind the net, Massey. Point, shot. Deflected, and it goes just wide. That was Baxter lined up the slapper with traffic in front of the net. RPI nearly capitalized.
Well, they nearly knocked that out of the air.
This is shot in wide of the cage. Picked up Dubinsky. Center ice Bowman. Bowling Green with it. Under 5 to play in the first. Tipped in deep, race for the puck. Pad save on a tight angle shot. Now a drop pass here. The wrist shot, blockered over the net by Marshall. Bowling Green peppering the RPI cage right now. Burke, point, shot, deflected wide. Might have caught the toe again of Marshall, but it just missed. Now back comes Gagnon. Jumped in. Back out to center it goes. Spinning with it. Is Burke, and we get a whistle here and a penalty coming up. It's going to be holding.
Yeah, I was going to say he kind of had him wrapped up pretty good. He took the hand off the stick and brought it around underneath his arm and grabbed the body. So
well, the first time Dylan Davies goes into the score sheet as a collegiate player, it's not how you want. It's a penalty.
You're still on the score sheet. They don't ask how.
Well, this point they might. Traverse City, Michigan native Dylan Davies to the box for holding. First
RPI penalty, number 10, Europe Gators. Here he 2 minutes for holding. Time of that penalty, 16 minutes, 3 seconds.
Engineers win the draw. They did a good job of that so far.
On a hold. 16:03.
Draw face-offs are 10 to 6 RPI. Poke check lapping in. Puck was in the zone anyway. Trying to clear, and clearing is back to grad student, grad transfer from UMass Lowell, Oakville, Ontario. 117 career college hockey games, 116 of those with the River on. He's the veteran transfer on D that the Engineers were looking for, I'm sure, to kind of shore things up. We have some veterans and some younger players, but really the Blue Lines played a lot of hockey, whether here or elsewhere.
I think that's one of the reasons why they gave he's wearing the A.
Right. He and Seller are both grad transfers, playing just their second game for RPI, but have played, well, in Seller's case, almost 100 games. He'll get there early on in the year. Here's Swankler as they set up the power play. Better cross. Snapshot, or looking for one, but a fan on it there. That was Burke in a similar spot to where he scored down low. He likes to get those. It was a rebound, I guess, the first time around, but that time was looking for the one-timer.
Well, that's real tough to defend against. You got the guy right in the slot. It's a tic-tac-toe play. You move it from low to high, back to low again, and then you're looking for the one-timer. The defense can't react quick enough for coverage.
30's able to clear. 26 to go on the power play. Chiquan from St. Dominique, Quebec. A couple assists in yesterday's game. He was impressive. You know, top-level Division III hockey is very good hockey. I'm sure you know that.
Oh, no question.
Norwich is always the power. Now 30, as the Engineers are out of the box. 30 gave it away. He was looking for Tour Linden. Say, oh, Division III. RPI knows a lot about Division III. Most of their sports play Division III. And you have to train. You have to work hard. You have to be in top shape. It's not. Oh, nice catch there. First save of the collegiate career for Jack Watson, the freshman from Toronto. On the bench. It doesn't count. It was a nice glove. It was a nice glove save.
That was a nice glove save.
That's why he's wearing. He's ready to go. He's tall.
As well as ESPN Plus.
Goalies, backup goalies have door duty, so that's what.
For more information.
Would be ideal if
Would
be ideal if his name was Carlton.
1:32 to go in the first. 1-1 RPI Bowling Green. Face off here, won by the Engineers. Chipped up the boards and out to center. Now Klee trying to walk his way into the defenseman. Gets it back again. Klee down low, cycling there. Trying to find it is Linden rather. And it'll be picked up by the Falcons. They skated out. The goal scorer, Scardina, all the way in and took a shot.
This is the final minute of play. The last minute of play.
Shelberg ahead. Lloyd gets dumped. Picked up by Shelberg, trying to center for Linden. It hits a skate, comes in on goal, and it'll be covered up by Rose. 48.9 to play in the period. Better first period tonight than last night on all things considered, I think. You know, Stuart Linden talked about it post-game, but I think both teams are kind of trying to feel each other out a little bit in that first period. This feels like more of a continuation of the third than it does a new first period. Yeah,
and listen to the post-game remarks from Coach Smith. This is what he was looking for. His analogy of both teams in the first two periods was playing nice in the sandbox.
Puck behind the goal. Knocked down there. There's Bowman. Now Bowman across to Baxter, had to reach for it. 27 to go in the period. RPI doing a nice job of cycling here. Massey, big body, knows how to do that. Stick handling Ryan Massey.
Penalty coming up.
Penalty on Bowling Green upcoming. They get a touch there with 12.8 seconds left. And so RPI will go on the power play for the second time. It's going to be a hold. And that's what you get when you cycle the puck. The other team gets tired and they can turn into penalties.
Well, that's what you want to do with a cyclist. The strategy is to wear down the opposition's defense. And in some cases, if you cycle long enough and wear them down, they can't get a change. Sometimes you get a line change out there and you get fresh legs out on the ice, and the defense, it's real tough playing defense.
Time of that penalty, 19 minutes, 49 seconds.
Here's Walt.
That's
off a skate. And 4 seconds. 3, 2. Maybe one shot here. So doesn't know how much time's left. Not enough for that shot. That'll do it for the first period. 1-1, RPI Bowling Green. Entertaining trade here. RPI scoring on the power play. Sellers first RPI tally. It's Ethan Scardina for Bowling Green. What do you think, man? It's taking a selfie.
Saves in the first period for Sac Rose and Bowling Green.
Shots for 7-6 RPI after one. We'll be back in a second in just a bit.
Hey fans, Ryan's Wake, located in downtown Troy, is proud to support RPI Athletics. Welcomes all RPI.
We're set for the second period of play here. RPI and Bowling Green tied at 1-1. RPI on the power play for another minute and 45 seconds. Simon Shelberg will restart things. He'll skate it up ice, waiting for help. Now he drops it back. Walsh, well, he gives it away, but wins it right back. TJ Walsh into the zone. Pulls up there, takes a bump, drops it off for Adamo, and then it leaves the zone. Shelberg had it hop over his stick. Inauspicious start to this power play here in the second. Only about 16 seconds ticked off in the first period on this one. So RPI gets a fresh sheet of ice if they can control the puck here. And I can say words correctly. Adamo to the point. Back up top, this is Shelberg, wrist shot through traffic, saved by Rose, and he didn't give up a rebound. And there's still a minute to go on this power play or thereabouts, Dan, and RPI finally was able to set up in the offensive zone there.
Yeah, it seemed like nobody wanted the puck there for a couple of minutes.
Draw here, Engineers win it, shot by Hallbauer is blocked. And now back it goes behind the net.
Those are the shots as a defenseman. You got to find a way to get to the net, especially on the power play.
Now Hallbauer again, tipped to the line. Baxter kept it alive, and it'll be sent right back down the ice. Hallbauer for RPI from Howell, New Jersey, a senior. Offensive D-man. He likes to start the rush, likes to join the rush. Now a cross-ice pass. A little nonchalant there from Baxter. And this RPI power plays sputtered out at the end. Baxter. Hallbauer. 5 to go on the man advantage. Chipped in by Mashey. We're back to 5 aside here. And Schneider out of the box for Bowling Green. RPI now 1 for 2 on the power play. Falcons did not convert their only man advantage opportunity. We had a center ice draw coming on top of the RPI crest and seal here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Face off, we'll do it again.
As you mentioned, Bennett can really good at the draws.
Face off win here for Bowling Green, and that'll hop out of play. Klee, far side, that's Davies, lost the puck. And it comes in on goal. Marshall has to cover up. That developed out of almost nothing, and Bowling Green nearly got a chance out of it.
Yeah, O'Hara was trying to put that through the 5-hole. Just whiffed on it. Nonchalant play there defensively, and Coach Smith pulls him off the ice.
Shots are 8-8. Johnson behind for Surdy. Now Johnson again. Touch pass up the wall, a little tic-tac-toe, and they move it out to center. And that'll be off of a stick and into the Falcons bench. A little bit of a disjointed beginning to this period.
That's an understatement. Not much going on.
The period started, everybody. Let's get back to what was going on in the first. That was entertaining. I don't know what this is. A line change maybe will help that. Henri Schreifels with Jake Gagnon and Shane Seller. Could be a decent energy line for this RPI group. Seller already has a power play goal tonight. First as an engineer, 17th of his collegiate career after 3 years at Dartmouth. He hasn't played in 2 years. He was injured in 2019-20. And then last year he transferred to RPI and engineers didn't play. Here's a nice move by Schreifels. He'll backhand it down low. Seller on it there. Back to the blue line. Some room for Hallbauer. Wrist shot coming. Jam try in front. And that was Schreifels looking for the tip home. Didn't come, and it's back out to neutral ice. That's more like it. Gagnon pulls up at the blue line. Fanned on a shot. Puck back out to center ice.
That's where those turnovers happen, right? Just inside the offensive blue line. You want to get that puck deep, start the forecheck, as opposed to trying to make a play there. Bowling Green couldn't handle it and ended up turning it over as well.
Zach Dubinsky there, one of RPI's centermen, and he's kind of helped that turnaround in the faceoff department. He'll be in on this draw. Engineers win the faceoff. And it's out to center ice. Dubinsky trying to jump on it. Flip back in deep. Baxter's going to get there. Now a shot deflects over the top, goes into the netting, and we get a stoppage in play.
That was number 7, TJ Lloyd, showing his wheels as he had a RPI forechecker trying to get by him, looking to touch the puck. Now I can hear myself.
It's a blessing and a curse to be able to hear yourself, I tell you that. Loose puck in the slot to the point. Lloyd keeps it in. Now a wrister. That one zings wide of the goal. Kept in near side by Malmstrom. And a huge hit along the boards. Gets an applause. Now Malmstrom again out of his own zone. Sophomore from Sweden looking for his first points of the year. Turned over in the neutral zone. Herman shoots it in. Trying to throw it out in front for Laka. That's intercepted. Adam Conquest, he had a goal last night. Turnover in the zone, shot blocked. Lloyd got in the way of that to bail out a teammate as it was Herman gliding into the low slot area trying to jam it home.
Good job in the forecheck there by Otto. He was right on top of things and forced the turnover. Quick pass out in front, and as you mentioned, TJ Lloyd with the good defensive play, getting in the shooting lane. Real good scoring opportunity off the forecheck for RPI.
Johnson behind the goal. Surdy tipped out to center. Move back into the RPI zone. Surdy goes D to D. Gets it back. And now Adamo. Throws a hit. Now TJ Walsh into the zone. Fires one wide. Picked up by Johnson. Down low. Walsh a shot. That one goes wide again. Second time he's missed the net. Puck is out to center ice. Race for it there. It's controlled by Johnson, who takes a hit. And now it'll be shoveled along by Dubinsky. Kick back to the center of the zone. And now a hit thrown by Johnson. They're kind of mucking it around rugby style. Then it finally gets thrown in.
Dubinsky got away with one there. He was holding on to the forward stick of Bowling Green. There's an interference.
Down goes Barber. Who's the penalty on? I didn't hear a whistle. I think it's on the engineer. It's going to be a trip.
Yeah.
It was Barber who went to the ice and then no whistle. Maybe I just couldn't hear it. Power play coming up here for Bowling Green.
I thought it was Surrey that did the interference. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a trip, but
oh, is it?
Yeah. Same result here. Power play for Bowling Green. It's their second of the game.
RPI penalty to number 3, Laurie Surrey. He receives 2 minutes.
Bowling Green had a power play goal yesterday. Here's shot comes in from Schneider. Just went wide.
At 6:20.
Now again it's Schneider walking in, looking for a shooting lane. Back post. Crashing to the net. There was... Who was that?
That was Burke.
Burke, okay. He's behind somebody now. There he is.
Yeah, he was going hard to net on the backside. Looking for the backdoor play. Puck didn't get through to him. I think it hit him in the body, and his momentum carried forward into Lyndon Marshall. Here it is again. You see him on the backside, looking for that. Good defensive play by the RPI defenseman to get a stick on that and deflect it wide.
So good defending there by Klee. Puck goes behind the goal. Lifted on out, all the way down it goes, wide of the cage. But helped aside by Rose. Shaquan, a little drop pass at center. We see teams do that now on the breakout of the power play. Shaquan touches it back. Kind of flubbed the pass, but Bowling Green keeps it alive. Here's Swankler. He gives it away. Leppinen shorthanded.
Yeah, those are the kind of fancy plays that put daggers into power plays.
Yeah, they tried to do a little too much at the blue line, and if Leppinen had a little more speed going the other way, it could have been something. Snyder shooting in. Stopped up behind the goal. Battled for there, Hallbauer. Malmstrom blue line. Faking a shot over there. Swankler pulled it down. Schneider now takes a look. Back up top, Malmstrom, a shot through traffic, hit a skate, went to the corner. Wrapped back to the half wall. Malmstrom walking in, a shot deflects off a body in front. That was Ryan O'Hara, freshman from Oakville, Ontario, in his collegiate debut. Gets a chance on the power play. O'Hara again walking in, a shot that's blocked by Hallbauer. 5 to go on the power play. Rister, that hits the body and goes into the netting, and that'll do it for the man advantage.
Swankler was a little upset there. He was looking for the pass. Schneider decided to shoot. Swankler went to the bench.
So we'll have a stoppage here. 11:38 to go in the second. No goals here so far in period number 2. Engineers have killed off the power play. Bowling Green at the beginning of the period killed off an RPI man advantage that he carried over for almost the full 2 minutes. Engineers looking to regain that sharpness they had early on in the first when they were creating some chances.
Yeah, they've kind of fallen back into that nice sandbox play again.
Yeah, get out of the sandbox. Seller tried to dump it in, but it was broken up nicely by Lloyd. He's had a good series. He's not a very big guy, Lloyd. TJ Lloyd, 5'9", 172, but he can play at both ends of the ice very well. He's blocking shots. Good passer. Dumped in there by Gagnon. Stopped by the netminder Rose. This is a solid team in Bowling Green. I think they were picked 3rd in the CCHA. The brand new CCHA is back for those that missed it. not quite the same as the Michigan State days.
No.
Nope. A different look, I guess, but they've rebranded and they're back with another group of teams. And Bowling Green is back in it. They were in it. Now with the WCHA, now they're back.
That's right.
I grew up with the old WCHA, so I can relate. The Golden Gophers used to play in that league. Yeah. Golden Gopher transfers here on his Bowling Green team. There's a shot flipped over the top and off the end glass. Surdy gets a poke to it. Barber trying to find it. Whacked around behind. Schneider. A lot of offensive zone time for Bowling Green in this period. Shaquan throws it across. Long shot easily seen and held by Marshall. I'm not sure if that's exactly what Parker was looking for. Maybe a deflection, the freshman from Calgary on that right point.
Yeah, he got it through the net. Bowling Green didn't have anybody in front. Lyndon Marshall saw it all the way in and decided to hold on to it. RPI gets a change.
Go ahead. I followed the Gophers back in the Brian Bonnet days when we won Hobie for Doug Woog. That was my Gopher team, if you can remember that, Coach. I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I do. Coach Woog had some real good teams.
Oh, yeah. Only took Minnesotans back then.
That's right.
A little bit of a recruiting, well, it's a good and a bad thing, I guess, if you wanted someone from outside. Now there's a big hit and a penalty coming here. And Baxter has a few words there for Adam Conquest. I'm not sure what that was about. What do you think?
I think they're just, again, getting to know each other a little better. Second game of a series. That stuff tends to happen.
It's going to be a hook. The excitement of the fans behind the penalty box. They love it when the other team takes the penalty here. They're sitting right behind them. They can harangue them. Yeah, Baxter let him know, and they gave him a little shove after the play there. It was a hook.
Bowling Green penalty to number 13, Adam Conquest.
And we'll have a stoppage here, and the shovelers are out to clear some of the ice surface here.
Yeah, I saw Lyndon Marshall come over, take his helmet off, and I was like, what's going on? And then the doors opened.
He knew what was going on.
Just inside the 10-minute mark.
Your support of Let's Go Red ensures that current and future generations of student athletes continue to receive the opportunity to balance the rigors of academics with collegiate athletics. Learn more about how you can help RPI hockey directly at giving.rpi.edu.
Engineers are home again next weekend, Dan. They're hosting Canisius for 2.
Coach Smith's old team.
Yeah. Prior to a few years ago, the Engineers and Golden Griffins had never played before. But Coach Smith made sure that changed in a hurry. Down there at Staple on the schedule. Power play time for RPI. They're 0 for 2 tonight. Or excuse me, 1 for 2. Shane Seller scoring on RPI's first man advantage. And the second one left a bit to be desired. But with another opportunity comes another chance to add to the numbers here. As it's cleared all the way down. Marshall's going to come out and play it dangerously. And he gives it away in the corner. And he has to make a save on a very tight angle shot from Barber.
Bowling Green plays that neutral zone diamond real well on the penalty kill. They force RPI to dump it, and then they just ring it hard and tap out of the zone.
Yeah, that's not how you enter a zone over there. Although RPI might be able to keep it alive here. Walsh gets dumped. Puck to the point. Linden trying to get there, and it's out to center ice. Scardina throws it across. And now fighting, maybe a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Scardina overskates the puck. And the Engineers are back out the other way with speed. It's Bowman. Bowman driving in. Bowman a shot. He caught the left pad of Rose on its way in and kicks behind the cage. Nice little rush there out of a broken play in the neutral zone.
Yeah, Scardina almost had himself another one, shorthanded.
Hit there as Bowman runs into the linesman there, Adam Wood. And it's cracked right back down the ice. 25 to go in this RPI power play. Power play units early in the season are still trying to sort some things out, right? You don't really have a true feel for how players are going to be and where they're going to be until this is shot into the crowd. Until maybe the midway point of the year. You don't really look at percentages until that point either.
Yeah, and percentages can be deceiving because, you know, you might be on the power play and then take a penalty, and that still counts as a power play, even though you play the rest of it 4 minutes. And then the other team gets a 30-second power play and it counts as a power play. It can be deceiving.
Center ice face-off here, 12 to go in RPI's third power play.
Those are the things, special teams, that you really want clicking midway to the end of the year.
Yeah.
It could be the difference in winning and losing hockey games.
RPI was very good on the kill in 2019-20. No surprise, they were over 86%, and that is going to be a whistle and a
Bowling Green returns to full strength.
another neutralized face-off here. And what's the magic number? Would you say 85%? Above 85% is pretty good penalty kill?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, as a team, you have concepts, you know,
right,
where they mishandle the puck, you want to attack. There's times when you have pressure, and there's times when you have to contain from a defensive perspective. And it's a fine line. If you're going to pressure, you have to have all 4 guys on the penalty kill pressuring at all times. It doesn't work when you have 1 or 2 pressuring with the other 2 containing.
Flipped into the RPI end, and Davies will head back for it, making his collegiate debut along with Schreifels and Gagnon. Gagnon and Schreifels are sophomores. Davies also a sophomore. And now turnover here. Seller trying to fire a shot, and he does eventually find it. He had to kind of reach back for that thing. Then Schreifels gets dumped in front of the net. Fans don't like it, but when you head to the net front, you might get popped like that, and it's kind of part of the game.
Well, I think that puck just jumped on Seller before he pulled the trigger on it. And I don't know whether he was looking to shoot or realized how much open space he had to the net and figured maybe I'll carry it.
Yeah.
And got a average shot on goal. Here it is right here.
Well, found it.
Yeah. Boy, he had a lot of space there.
He did. If he picks that up cleanly, he's probably gets a better shot off than that.
No question.
Face off here, won by Bowling Green. Chiquan ahead, 3-on-3 as they hit the line. They're going to fire it over Marshall's head. Lyndon Marshall at 6'3", 195. Good, solid goaltender. It's the size of goalies these days, although Owen Savory, who put together a couple of real good seasons here, was one of the more undersized goalies before transferring to UMass Lowell. Here's Lappinen dropping it back for Surdy. Arister loose in front. Couple of jam tries for Herman, but he couldn't find it. It was a bouncing puck, and he just couldn't steer it on goal.
That was a good play by the Bowling Green defender to tie up the stick. He couldn't get a stick on the puck. Had an open net there for a couple of seconds.
Herman backtracking now. Hands it off there for Johnson. Surdy ahead. They wave off the icing right away. Coming up on 6 to play in the second. 1-1 game. This is a little more the action we were looking for. As Klee gets double teamed and ends up just kind of giving it away there to Berg. Schreifels digging for it, and we get a whistle and maybe an offside here. Yeah, that is Michael Noeth. Some familiar names on the referee chart again.
Yes.
CJ Hannafin's back in there, RPI class of 2005. Kevin Graber, the other referee, then Adam Wood and Michael Noeth. Those are guys we know from a number of years here.
Yes. Well,
officiating.
Mike, there was another Noeth that used to officiate as well, and I think his name was Mike.
Maybe it was his dad. Swankler back behind his own goal. Tour Linden digging for it on the half boards. Back to the point. Hallbauer keeps it alive and dumps it right back in. Had some pace in that thing. Came all the way around to the other point. Wrist shot goes wide off the stick of Baxter. Kept in by Adamo. Mentioned it yesterday, but Adamo, I think in his sophomore season, led Robert Morris in shot attempts, or shots on goal, I guess, 97. So he's not afraid to shoot the puck. He's a big guy. I'm sure a lot of those shots are from tips in front of the cage.
Yeah. Seems like he would park himself there based on the size. He'd be tough to move out of that grade A scoring.
Seems like a good spot for him anyway.
Yeah.
Shot in. And it'll be played around to the near side. I remember RPI played against a guy named Alexiak for Northeastern. He was the biggest guy I've ever seen at the net front. I think he plays for the Stars now, Dallas Stars. But anyway, yeah, he was a defenseman. They just, on power plays, they just throw him in front of the net.
That's all you got to do. The only thing he should do is take the eyes away from the goaltender, and having the size and strength, I'm sure he popped in a couple of rebounds along the way.
Good stretch pass here. Dubinsky gets a touch to it. He'll play it behind for Bowman. To the corner. Bowman with Mashey. Bowman again. Dubinsky trying to throw a blind backhand in front. Loose in the slot. It's going to be covered up. And then Bowman gives a whack.
Let's go.
But no one seems to be that interested in retaliating. There's Rose, who's had a pretty calm demeanor. That's what you want from your goalie. He's looked good too. He and Marshall have both been very solid.
I agree. I think Bowling Green's in good shape. Having Rose as the goaltender heading into the season.
Face off here, won by the Falcons. They fired around. It's kept in by Laka. And now Lempinen.
This is a line that likes to cycle it up.
I was going to say, if this line keeps playing well, they're going to need a name at some point. And my brain is too fried to come up with it right now, so I guess I'll give it some time. There's a puck dumped in. Kjellberg back to get it. Throws it down the middle. It's a dangerous pass, but the Engineers do pick it up. Lappinen threw it off a skate, gets it back. Flipping it down low for Laka. He can just pass the puck from so many different angles. Lappinen.
Yeah, he's got some creativity to his game and a great work ethic as well.
Puck back out to center ice. It doesn't matter where you are or where he is. It seems like he can find you with a pass. RPI trying to catch Bowling Green on a change now. Lappinen, drop pass in front. Herman, a shot and a save, and he's pulled down and the penalty is called. Well, he delivers again. Look at that pass.
Yeah, you know what? It's a no-look pass, and he knows exactly where his line mate is, and he gets a real good scoring opportunity, Herman, and that was another great save by Rose.
It's a slash on Schneider, but it wasn't a goal that Lappinen set up, but it was a power play that he set up when he made that play and forced Schneider to take down Herman.
Bowling Green penalty to number 11, Taylor Schneider. He receives
It's a couple of penalties now for Schneider.
Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 1 second.
RPI 1 for 3 on the man advantage. Here's Kjellberg. About a minute difference between the power play clock and the game clock here in the second. Engineers would like nothing more than to take the lead back here. Well, I guess for the first time in this one, but they have led this weekend. Kjellberg. Walsh throws it back between Adamo and Kjellberg.
Interesting that they got Adamo on the flank,
on the wall,
with his size, you know.
They might like his shot more than his body position. Right, it's a different game now. Like, you have guys on the outside shooting, as opposed to just camping out in front of the net, maybe.
Yeah, and he's definitely set up for a one-timer at the top of that circle.
Here is Mashey now, walking it down low. Make it Seller, rather. Up top, Kjellberg, wrist shot coming. That one might have hit Seller, who was trying to provide a screen. And it's kicked out to the point, but a nice keep there by Kjellberg. His pass skips by Adamo. Seller trying to dig it out of the corner. He has the power play goal today, does Shane. Threw it into the middle, trying to tap it across, and it's broken up again. Walsh turns back towards the half wall. 44 to go in the power play. Fanned on the shot. Picked up by Linden. Backdoor feed, one-timer. Adamo snapped his stick into really no one's surprise, I guess, for the big man, but he gets another one quickly. There's a wrister, and that one hit the shaft of a stick on his way through. I thought I heard it. 23 seconds to go on the man advantage now. Walsh walking in, feeds it across, and a good defensive stick by Scardina. Breaks things up.
That's going to be interference on Adamo.
Yeah, he got right in the way. And that'll do it for the RPI power play.
Well, they had some good looks.
Yeah.
That's exactly why Adamo's on the flank. Because if you look at the other side, you can't work. You got two left shots, one at the top, one on the other flank, and you can't work a one-timer from that side.
Interference on Adamo, right? And it was kind of wrong place, wrong time, but you kind of can't throw your body into him when you're in that position. So 4-on-4 for 11 seconds.
Well, you can hold your ground, make the player go around you.
There's a shot blocked. Fed across, walking in, they score. It's a 4-on-4 goal.
Wow, that was impressive.
And he went right up top with it.
Yeah, he waited for Marshall to commit.
So not only do they score, but they're going to get a power play in 5 seconds.
Real nice patience by Burke, too.
Face-off win, still 4-on-4, about to be a power play. Minute of the period, last minute of play. And it's the most minute of the game. If your engineers score in the last minute, fans receive a
and RPI in the kill for the most minute. That's not going to make the fans too happy.
If they score, please stop.
Barber walked into the zone.
Grab a ticket and redeem your free taco. And let's go Red.
Back to the Bowling Green end, Shaquan. 30 seconds to go in the period, so now the Falcons might have a power play carryover. Trying to jump the play was Dubinsky, but Shaquan recovers in time to tie him up, and it's going to be shot in. Klee trying to clear, Shaquan keeps it. Swankler. He's been set up on that right point on every power play here for the Falcons. Now Schneider. Although that time he crept down low. Barber in front, Burke with a shot right before the horn. It probably would have counted if he was able to sneak it in, but couldn't get it past Marshall. 2-1 is the Bowling Green lead after 2 periods of play. A late 4-on-4 goal, the only goal of the period, as the Falcons on top.
And the Falcons will have a fresh surface of ice to finish off the power play. Should have about 45 seconds left on it.
We'll have that third period for you in just a bit. Your score after 2 here is Bowling Green 2 and RPI 1. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV and ESPN.
Well, we got some out-of-town scores. Quinnipiac is, well, actually, they beat Northeastern 3-0 today. Union is up over UNH after 2 periods, 1-0. Colgate and University of Vermont are tied at 1 after 2 periods. And CC and SLU are knotted at 0 after 1.
They're out in the west, out in Colorado. Bouncing puck out to center. Of course, Colorado College was where Don Lucia used to coach for a number of years, and now he's the commissioner of the CCHA.
Yeah, St. Lawrence beat them last night 3-0. They're off to a good start.
SLU trying to carry over from last year when half the league wasn't playing, the ECAC that is. And Swankler trying to walk it in. Back up top, Shaquan, a shot, and he missed it wide. Yeah, St. Lawrence was the surprise team in ECAC hockey last year. I actually covered a couple of games on the radio with no other sports going on.
Yeah, tough way for their season to end.
Yeah, right?
They win the championship, but Quinnipiac, the ECAC regular season, that's right.
They represent the league because of the COVID.
Yep.
They happened to a couple of teams. Michigan had their season end because of COVID. And on their way to the NCAA tournament, and I believe also, no, BC played.
That's right.
But somebody got a bye. I'm blanking on this now.
It
was Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, yeah.
It was Notre Dame. They couldn't play because of COVID.
Yeah, they flew here on a Thursday, got COVID tested. They had 3 positives and
Yep.
flew home.
Yeah, not a great way to end your year by any means. But yeah, you really felt for the St. Lawrence kids who won the conference tournament, then a losing record overall.
Yeah, they played real well down the stretch.
For sure. This is Surdy. Nice little maneuver into the corner. Now he spins it down low for Dubinsky. Power play is over, by the way, if I didn't mention it. That one snapped wide. So RPI 1 for 4 in the man advantage so far. Bowling Green's 0 for 3. As one of the Falcons was spun to the ice, but nothing called. That was Seth Fighton, sophomore from Didsbury, Alberta. This is shot all the way down the ice. If it's on goal, it won't be icing, and it's actually going to be covered up by Marshall. I don't think it was headed on goal anyway, but he had that right post covered with his stick blocker hand there. So it will be a draw in the RPI end. 17:24 on the clock, third period. RPI down a goal.
Yeah, that negated the icing because it was on goal. Happened to catch his pad, and he covers it up for a face-off.
And we're going to do this face-off over again. Shots are 15 to 12 RPI. Here is Wozni, throws it into the crease. It's going to be covered up by Marshall.
He had no idea where that puck was. It just hit him. He had a lot of traffic in front of the net. Had to get down to the butterfly in order to see the shot.
Yeah, O'Hara was digging away in there. Ryan O'Hara, I mentioned he's making his collegiate debut. He's from Oakville, Ontario. 5'10", 175. He centers this fourth line. And he wins another draw here. Wozni kept alive. It'll wrap around. Laka can't clear. Pinching on the far side was Coyle. Now O'Hara again. Spins it all the way behind the cage. Denal. And now Conquest. Slips away from Chelberg. This fourth unit providing some good pressure here for the Falcons. Chelberg gives a shove to Conquest behind the goal. Knocked out of the air. Thought it was played by the high stick, but they say no, that was Herman. Laka. Herman goes backwards with it. Now finally Bowling Green wants to change. That's why RPI is allowed to leave the zone. It'll be Herman moving in. Back to the point. Fed off the end wall. This is Schneider. Lob to center and all the way down the ice. Does not have the legs for icing. They wave it off. Hallbauer leaves it in the corner, but Schneider's there. First one to it. Barber across. One-time shot save. Rebound put wide. Oh my, still loose. And it's gloved at. That's going to be there's a hand pass for sure. Yeah.
Wow. Would they like another look at that one?
And the crowd getting excited over some pushing and shoving here. Hallbauer and Craigs are going at it.
Little pushing and
Marshall
shoving.
made a sprawling save on Craigs. That was the highlight reel stop. And then another one was put wide by Craigs. There's the save. Well, we're not seeing it here. There we get to see the save. No, we're seeing Schneider. There's the save, and then Craigs had another chance he put wide.
Yes, because the momentum of Marshall coming from the left post to the right post carried him across the crease, and he left the net wide open. I'm actually surprised there was no penalty on number 28 for RPI, Kalbauer.
Now, Engineer falls down in the neutral zone. Swankler plays it ahead. And now Johnson.
They're letting him play.
Yeah, no kidding. Surdy gets it back from Jake Johnson. Norris, a shot saved by Marshall. And Gagnon trying to scoop it out to center, didn't get enough on it. And now they're pinned up behind the RPI net. Johnson trying to dig out with a skate. Has to be careful with the stick there, Surdy. He had it between the legs of Swankler. Work back to the point now. Coyle, or make that Malmstrom, rather. And Antoine Malmstrom shot is into the netting. 5 minutes gone here in the third period. 2-1 is the Bowling Green lead, and they're looking like they're going to try to add another here. RPI's been pinned in pretty well here in this third period.
Yeah, they've had RPI on their heels here in the first 5 minutes. RPI having a tough time breaking the puck out of the zone. That's due to the Bowling Green forecheck that they're working right now.
This will be wrapped out of the zone. Icing is going to be the call. That's not the ticket. Although this group did just get out there for RPI for that face-off. So stamina should not be an issue, at least in the short term, for this RPI group.
It's always interesting when you have your first two-game weekend.
Yeah, right. How you feel with your legs in the second night. Lloyd shot deflects. I think might have hit the right pad of Marshall. Kicked it, might have been headed wide anyway. Malmstrom fires wide. Off the glass to center, Lloyd. Chipped off the boards. And it's going to be icing.
I don't know why Lloyd reminds me of a younger Nick Balin.
He does. No, you're right about that. He's in that mold, right?
Yeah.
Undersized, like.
Real shifty, good offensively, good vision.
I'm not sure if Nick was even 5'10". I hope he's not listening. I think he was actually lifted at 5'9".
Well, wasn't he a Bowling Green?
Yeah, you're right, and he was a 100-point getter between the two schools. From the blue line, there's a shot and a glove save by Rose. I don't know how he saw that through all that mess. Yeah, he was RPI's last 100-point scorer. And and the last first-team All-American.
Yes.
Ben Nick Balin. Early part of last decade. Almost 10 years ago now, believe it or not. Feels like yesterday.
I was going to say, that was about
2011, maybe?
11, yeah.
11, 12,
yep.
13. Anyway. Yeah, it was one of the more successful transfers in RPI hockey history. They're hoping for a few more of those because there's 6 of them on this team. This is going to be flipped off a stick out to center ice. Chop back into the zone. A couple of Falcons need to touch up, and that might be intentional offside on Craigs. He just kicked the puck. He knew he was offside. Although when they call that, seems to be almost random.
Yeah, I think because the guy coming out of the zone, the puck was shot into him as opposed to him playing.
Oh, right, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's all the judgment of the referee whether they call that. All it means is a faceoff would be back in Bowling Green territory. Nothing more egregious than that. That was a shot over the top of Marshall from Craigs. Tap back to the point. Bowling Green in the middle of a change. Have to be careful when they touch this puck. They do it legally. Barber going to sweep it in. With a 1-goal lead, Bowling Green can afford to, and Surdy just loses an edge and falls down. They can afford to be a little more careful with their attack here. As Lepinen tried to enter the zone, it was broken up. Shot back in wide of Rose by Surdy. Autovile Lepinen has his man tied up. Big hit by Johnson. Puck out to center. Surdy shoots it off the wall. Laka trying to play it on for Lepinen. It was broken up and intercepted. Falcons have the clamps down right now defensively. RPI can't seem to figure them out through the neutral zone.
No, they're just getting out there, expending some energy, and then quick changes.
Yeah, Herman shoots it off the wall to himself. That's a nifty play. He'll shoot it in. Malmstrom takes a look. He'll ring it around. Tipped high in the air. It'll come down at the RPI blue line. That was Denal making the deflection. Now a chance for a break here. It's the freshman O'Gara walking in, and he was wrapped up by Klee and somehow didn't take a penalty. Looked like Klee kind of grabbed his shoulder there, but was able to get off unscathed there.
That's what I thought.
So a tie-up on the wall. Maybe RPI catches a break here. Mason Klee on the puck now. Out of Morrison, Colorado. Son of Ken Klee. Longtime NHLer. Over a decade in the top professional league in North America. I guess people know what the NHL is. Here's Linden.
RPI is having a real tough time getting through the neutral zone with their offense. Bowling Green's doing a good job of playing neutral zone defense on them.
Burke gets roughed up there by Baxter. And now Shane Seller putting the forecheck pressure on, works it loose, bouncing puck, and tied up is Tour Linden. A good forecheck there by the former Dartmouth Big Green Shane Seller, grad student. Has RPI's lone goal tonight. It was a power play tally way back in the first period. Still 11 and change to play here in this one, and RPI only down a goal. This is Bowman on the stick handle, poked off his stick, turned around quickly, but right onto the tape of Halbauer. Now Bowman has to touch up as Halbauer shoots it in. Dubinsky throwing his weight around as it's a spin move from Halbauer, looking for the tip from Bowman. Didn't get it, or did he? No. Icing on RPI. 10:56 to play. Shots are 18-16 Bowling Green.
Kind of a long shift here for the 5 guys out there for RPI. Bowling Green gets a quick change with the offensive zone faceoff for them.
Faceoff, and we got a whistle here and a penalty, maybe an interference on the faceoff. We've seen that called more and more in recent years, and that's a bad place and time for this penalty here for Bowling Green.
Yeah, no question.
So a power play chance for the Engineers. They're 1 for 4 on the day. We'll see. That's Seller out there. This is the unit that produced the goal. I guess that's who you start with.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect time for it.
Bowling Green penalty to number 6, Alex Barber.
Face-off win for the Engineers. Adamos back to the point. Walsh has to chase after it. He'll work it down low. Seller around for Adamo.
At 9:07. Denise Stewart-Jones,
Shelburne.
power play
Adamo.
for the Engineers.
Twisting and turning. Works it down low. Adamo for Shelburne. Flipped one towards goal. Nearly got there. He didn't have a lot on the shot, but it's cleared out to center ice. 1:35 to go in the man advantage. Starting things back up is Kjellberg, and now Seller sending it backwards. Linden to Walsh. Nice little saucer pass. Walsh going to carry in. Seller across. Adamo, haven't seen his big shot yet in this game. Waiting for him to pull the trigger. Now Kjellberg, top of the circle. Wrister coming. That one's blocked as it was Fighton who got in the way of it. Walsh right back down low. Adamo halfway through the man advantage. Halfway through the period. Adamo to Kjellberg. Here's Walsh, top of the circle, feeding it across for Adamo. Doesn't look like he was ready for it. And then Kjellberg's upended. Race for the puck, and Walsh has to get on his horse. Good awareness and speed there from TJ Walsh. The former Northeastern Husky had to get back there as his fellow point man Kjellberg went down on the play.
Good thing he's a forward. Good thing he's back out there on the point on the power play.
Under 30 to go on the man advantage. Baxter spinning around in the neutral zone, finds Hallbauer who dumps it in.
There's a reason why you have one of your fastest skaters at the top of the power play.
Here is Hallbauer now. Across for Dubinsky. Up top, Baxter fanned on the shot. Shot by Massey is blocked as it was Chakwan who got in the way. Power play, 5 seconds to go on it. Engineers keep it in, and we got a penalty coming up on RPI. Insult to injury there. You don't score, then a slash is going to go, I think, on, is that Hallbauer they got? Nope. They got Bowman.
Yep.
So with 1 second on the Barber penalty.
This kind of favors Bowling Green right now because they just kill off a penalty. They're going to be looking to use that momentum to carry into the power play, but it looks like Bowling Green might have called a timeout.
Could be. Yeah, Barber waving at the penalty camera. Yeah,
nope.
Bowman, yeah, he slashed him across the legs there.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit of a sell job, but you can't do what Bowman did. Norris, I think he recognized the situation and went down.
And it's a media timeout, not a
not a Bowling Green timeout.
Right.
Well, we're in this stoppage. I want to give a shout out to one of your former players, Nolan Graham, who's watching out in Western Canada.
Is he?
Yeah. You got any message for Nolan?
Perfect. Hope he's doing well.
Me too. Nolan, of course, a former player and coach for RPI. We're hoping he and the family are doing well out there. Always miss Nolan. Loved my conversation with him, and he was a coach here at RPI. And
I remember recruiting Nolan out
Yeah?
with the Chilliwack Chiefs out in British Columbia, yes.
I'm sure he's not far from there now.
I think he's over in Nanaimo, out on the island.
I think you're right, yeah. So we have 1 second difference here for a minute 59 of power play time for Bowling Green. Big spot in this game, for sure. Face-off win for RPI. Surdy goes backwards with it. As Barber's out of the box and the Engineers clear. Barber will just join the power play unit now. Fourth power play for Bowling Green. Shot in by Schneider. Well, fanning on the clearance there was Johnson. Gets it back. Nice play to knock it out of the air. Now Barber back to the blue line. Swankler. Chakwan. Barber had it hop over or under his stick. Had to go back to the half boards to play it. And it's lifted out by Surdy. Here is Shaquan. Barber flips it into the corner. Klee clears it out. Pretty fundamental penalty killing right now from RPI through the halfway point of this man advantage.
Yeah, it was a bad dump by Bowling Green. They sent it into a corner where they didn't have any support. The support was all RPI, and down the ice it went.
Back into the zone they come. A little bit of speed this time. It's the defenseman Malmstrom. Back to the point. That was O'Hara taking his spot, and it's back out to neutral ice. Have to like what you've seen from O'Hara if you're Bowling Green. This is his first collegiate game. He's been all over the place, and he's on this power play unit again. Not a very big kid either. He's listed at only 5'10", but a little speed in his game. Here's Craggs now. Wrapping it around. It's a bouncing puck. And Herman can't clear. Lloyd keeps it in. O'Hara trying to spin off the boards. A lot of pressure on him from Baxter, and RPI is able to clear again with 2 seconds, and just like that, the penalty's over. Nice job on the kill for RPI. They're 4 for 4 killing off penalties tonight.
Yeah, they're doing outstanding. They're doing a lot of pressure, too.
And now a giveaway, and Massey scores! Oh boy, Ryan Massey takes advantage of a big mistake by the Falcons, and it's tied at 2.
Well, I think the great goal, I mean, being persistent. Looked like Malmstrom wanted a penalty there. Take another look at it.
Yeah, he got.
I mean, I don't.
Dubinsky's not going to get an assist for that, but he knocked Malmstrom off the puck behind the goal.
Yeah. I didn't think that was a penalty. Good play.
Malmstrom just needs to get the puck off his stick, I guess, there. But, you know, credit Dubinsky for putting that pressure on and Massey in the right place at the right time.
Number 25, Ryan Massey. Unassisted at 13-15.
Funny how things develop.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of momentum from the penalty kill for RPI.
Yeah.
Who knows? But Dubinsky certainly created that play.
And a lackadaisical play.
Right.
By the defenseman of Bowling Green.
Then a giveaway at the top of the zone by the Engineers, and the shot went wide. Blue line out of the zone as Wozni couldn't keep it in. Stick handling is Walsh along his own blue line. Now he'll turn back towards his own zone.
And here we are again. 2-2.
Nolan says he's in Nanaimo. People were wondering. There's a tight angle shot off the back of the net. Schneider a backhander, and then picked up by Chelberg, and he'll skate it to safety. Here is Bowman, and a shot comes in. It was blocked. Bowman again trying to backhand it out in front. Dubinsky couldn't get there. And the Falcons clear to center. Snyder shot wide off the glass. Barber. And Dubinsky kicked it to himself. Lost it in the transition there. Back into RPI territory.
Neither team can get anything going offensively right now, other than that turnover, which caused the score.
Herman. See if this line can get something going again like they did last night. Produced both goals for RPI in yesterday's game. Laka throws it off the end boards. That's Baxter down low, the defenseman. Baxter hands it off for Jacob Laka. Snapped home a goal yesterday. His 6th career goal. Now Lepinen will flip one in, and seeing that one was Rose. And I don't know if Ville Lepinen trying to join on the scoring party here, but he couldn't get it past him.
Yeah, they do a great job in the cycle. They protect the puck. Good offensive pressure.
See if Lionel Richie gets the boys fired up here. Face-off win for Bowling Green. Nice pinch there by Johnson. Off for Tour Linden. Feeding it across, and maybe one too many passes there. Back to the point for Jake Johnson. He'll throw one towards goal. It was blocked by the leg of Swankler. You don't win. You're not CCHA preseason rookie of the year if you don't do some things at the defensive end too, right? Here's Linden trying to center it. Walsh, he can't find it. Seller can, and he throws his hands over his head as he wanted to do better with that than fire it into the midsection of the goaltender.
Yeah, when you get opportunities like that, you gotta, maybe wait it out a little bit, take your time. He just came in and hammered it. He had a little bit of a 5-hole open, but
you can't shoot it through the goalie there, Shane.
Well, there is that philosophy that if he's going to stop it, make it hurt.
Shots are 19 apiece. 3:35 to go in regulation. No mystery over whether it's going to be a shootout. It will not be a shootout. If we don't get a winner here, we'll play 3-on-3 overtime hockey, and if we still don't have one after 5 minutes, it's another tie. Puck off the glass of center, and offside are the Falcons. They're not going to blow it dead. Might have hit Snyder's skate, but no harm, no foul. And then the RPI ices it, so maybe they prefer the offside. It's crunch time again in a 2-2 game. This feels like a little bit like a deja vu.
Exactly. Maybe you were right. Maybe the women took all the goals.
Yeah, RPI women's hockey, big win. Hope you were watching earlier. If not, I guess you can find the highlights online. But a 9-2 win as that shot went wide for RPI women today over Union College, completing the weekend sweep. They won 4-0 in Schenectady on Friday. So RPI opens ECACA hockey play at 2-0, and they, more importantly, or as importantly, snapped a 31-game losing streak on Friday. Puck back to center. Shelburne was forced there by Craggs. You got Klee on the puck now. Audrey McCutcheon, a freshman, had 1 goal coming in her first 5 games for RPI. Had a hat trick, first hat trick since 2015. Alexa Grushon went on to play in the NWHL, now the professional women's group.
Oh, there is a timeout. Somebody took one here. RPI takes a timeout.
Timeout, RPI.
Maybe Coach Smith wants to.
Sorry, just want to finish my point. The Professional Women's Hockey Players Association is where Grushaw ended up, but she was an MVP of the NWHL a number of years ago, right after she graduated. She's one of. She played for RPI. Obviously, she was the last hat trick by an RPI women's hockey player back in 2015 against New Hampshire. Sorry, I wanted to finish the point about the hat trick that McCutcheon had earlier today. So a 2-game winning streak after you lose 31 in a row, you win 2 in a row?
Yeah.
That's got to feel pretty good for Coach Vines.
Oh, no question. Like I said, early in the season, too, you can build off those successes. Especially from a team perspective. You get some confidence. Hey, that's real important.
Face-off coming up in the RPI zone. I think there's a timeout there. Now RPI took a timeout. Face-off here. Shot comes in. That was stopped. Laka's going to turn it up ice. Flips ahead. It was broken up by Fighton. And now a hit thrown on Scardina, but Falcons keep on coming. Johnson up the wall. Lappinen will lift it on further. Herman turns on the Jets. He'll poke it on. Rory Herman trying to slip through a stick check. Lappinen now shielding. Twisting and turning. Ran out of room at the blue line. He'll throw it back down low. Here's Herman again. 2:18 left in regulation. Herman trying to shake his man. Back to the point. Hallbauer, wrist shot, blocked into the netting. I think he hit the first man there. Braden Krieger, freshman from Elora, Ontario.
Yeah, get back to Nolan
Yeah.
It was BC. Bill Cahill had first
Recruited him,
spotted
right?
him. Yep. Yep. BC was outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Cahill.
Speaking of women's hockey, he was beloved by the women's program here.
Yes.
For the few years he was able to coach. Unfortunately, we lost Bill.
Yeah.
Too soon.
2003.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel him. He's still in here.
Oh, they felt him earlier today, I tell you that. 9 goals. I'm sure he's smiling down on that.
And his Red Sox tied up the series last night with Tampa.
It's a big weekend for Bill. Wrapped up behind the RPI net. That was Burke. I was trying to spin loose. Is Norris right to the net front, and Marshall found it somehow. I think he hit a skate on the way in.
Looked like he was trying to take that from his backhand to his forehand and lost it, and Burke took a shot at it right here. Tries to take it, and Burke ends up getting a little bit of a shot away. He was tied up by Baxter in front of the net. Good job tying up the stick.
.132 to go in regulation in a 2-2 game. Puck back to center. Shaquan had it momentarily. Now Johnson into the zone. Barber digs it out and finds Parker. Tight angle shot off the side of the net from Craggs. Chopped at by Bowman. Maybe a 3-on-2 if the Engineers hurry here. Dubinsky carries in. Feeds it across. Massey, a shot save. Rebound, Massey again. Rebound again. And Dubinsky's jamming away, and he gets smothered. Wow, what a rush there. Massey had 2 cracks at it. Dubinsky might have had one himself.
Great opportunity on a 3-on-2. That's how you want to execute it. And they have a little bit of a rebound there, and boy, you got 4 Bowling Green guys in the crease.
Dubinsky's not a big guy, and he was surrounded. Oof. Rose took it. Hope he's all right. He's back up on his feet. I think Dubinsky got shoved into Rose by one of his teammates. And he's back up.
4
he's a
Bowling
tough guy.
Green guys and 1 RPI guy there in the crease.
I like this Zach Rose.
Yeah, he's a good player. Good goaltender.
He's tough too. And it didn't seem like anything. A lot of times you see someone whacking at your glove or your skates when you have to freeze a puck like Bowman was doing. He just completely unfazed. I like that.
Yeah. He has a nice
Some goalies can get hot-headed and kind of go after somebody. He's like, whatever, I'm wearing pads.
Yeah.
I don't care. Backhanded in there by Laka.
He's very good at maintaining his composure. He knows what he needs to do.
Absolutely. Kept his team in it, as Marshall has. The game-tying goal as it stands. He was left out to dry there. It was Massey one-on-one with him right in front of the net. Kjellberg will fire this in. Wide a goal. 12 seconds to go before we head to overtime again. As it'll be picked up here by Lampinen. He's being pressured by Scardina, but turns it up ice with 1, and they'll do it for the second night in a row. It's 2-2 as we go to overtime. Shots are 21 apiece in this game. RPI with a 34-28 edge in faceoffs. What do you think, Dan?
Hey, home weekend, 2 games, same score, both going to overtime.
Yeah, well, 3-on-3, I expect a goal. We expected to win one last night. It's 3-on-3. That's why they changed it. And NCAA, of course, wanted more goals.
Be a lot of open ice out there. And some team is going to be, well, some team might make some defensive mistake, or you might have a great offensive play by someone. And this is where, as coaches, you're looking for one of your players to step up and put this game in the W column. Unfortunately, it didn't happen last night for RPI, but we'll see what happens tonight. Another night, different game, maybe a different outcome. In the third period, Union College is up on UNH 2-1. There's 12 minutes left in that game. Colgate is up 2-1 with 6 minutes left. They're playing at Vermont. And because of the time difference, there's no score with Clarkson and that's Alaska.
They haven't started yet. That game starts at 11, I think, Eastern. We'll be out there. I will. What do you got? All right, we're going to overtime here. Baxter out there with Linden and Walsh. This looks familiar. Same group that started the OT last night. We get some more OT practice here. Of course, in ECAC hockey play, there will be a shootout if teams are still tied after the 5-minute overtime for an extra point in the standings. That's new this year. Back to the top of the circle and fired wide by Baxter.
Both teams have elected to go with 2 forwards and 1 D.
Here's Shaquan, the lone D, if you will. Now Schneider walking in, little toe drag. He gets dumped there by Dubinsky. Now Walsh, all by himself, goes backwards with it. RPI is going to get a partial change here. And now at the wall, it is Johnson. Johnson ahead. Dubinsky trying to thread the needle for Bowman. He nearly did.
That just went off Gardina's stick.
Yeah, now Bowman behind the goal. Pulls up there. Bowman had a real good chance in overtime last night. Now he tries to throw it in front here. And when you make that center ice pass, sometimes it deflects. You might be headed back. Odd man rush the other way. As it stands, RPI gets back full numbers there. And a shot stopped by Marshall.
There's that shot. Gardina, he scored earlier on a shot like that. And thought he'd try his luck again. Marshall holding his ground. Absorbs the puck, no rebound, no second opportunity.
Talking things over here, Rory Herman with Otto Ville-Lepinen and Kyle Halbauer. It's the youngster, or the, I guess, freshman Swankler. Centering a line here for Bowling Green with Parker. And on the far side, that's Burke. Burke walking his way in, all the way to the net, and he scores! What a move!
Wow.
Nathan Burke ends the game here in overtime with a dazzling individual effort. And Bowling Green takes it 3-2 in OT. I'm not sure if he even touched it at the end there. Is it flicked into the far post? Let us look at the goal. Oh,
that was incredible. He got it on his backhand to go 5-hole on Trevor Linden.
Different Linden, that's Linden Marshall.
Yes.
Trevor Linden was a star.
Linden Marshall. Trevor Linden.
Trevor Linden was a star in the NHL.
That's right, Vancouver Canucks.
Canucks, yeah. You had Western Canadian hockey on the mind with Nolan, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Anyway, Burke gets the goal. It's his second in as many games, and it's the game winner here in overtime as the Falcons take it 3-2. So really a disappointing end for RPI to this opening weekend, but you got to be happy there's hockey again. I think that's the most important thing. A lot of games left to play, and this is a good, solid Bowling Green team that came in here this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, RPI played well. You know, they had some opportunities. Both teams having opportunities, but this is something that they can certainly build off of, no question.
So the goal was Burke from Parker, Eric Parker, with the assist on the overtime winner here at the Houston Fieldhouse. And that'll do it for our second broadcast, which was better than the first, as far as you and I were concerned. Of course, RPI fans would have preferred, I guess, the tie or the win, but like we said, there's many more hockey to be played. Canisius is here next weekend. We'll have those games for you as well. For Dan Frigid, I'm Perry Lascaris, and all of our RPI TV crew, we thank you for watching tonight's game. Once again, your final score from the Houston Fieldhouse. In overtime, it was Bowling Green State University 3 and RPI 2. This has been RPI Hockey on RPI TV and ESPN.